Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Madeline, and today I am going to be in my kind word planner section of my Franken planner. And this section is what I use for lettering and practicing my hand lettering. And so I have to do this week, which is the week of the 17th through the 23rd. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out these pages real quick. So that way I don't have the discs in the way while I'm working. And I'm going to go ahead and set my Franken planner off to the side. Close it up. And I have these pages right here. And for those of you all who are new to my channel, I have a plan with me challenge, lettering challenge, and I have a list of words that we are going to be going throughout the year. And this printable is going to be linked down in the description box below, as well as a printable for just a regular lettering sheet, a practice lettering sheet, so that way you can follow along with us even if you don't have the planner. And so I'm going to be using my Tombow Fudonosuke purple colored hard tip pen, and I will make sure to leave a link to that in the description box down below as well. And we are going to be starting with Monday, and the word for Monday is King. And so that is because, of course, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I wanted to just go ahead and keep that in. That was kind of what I had originally planned for my lettering challenge for the 17th, and I wanted to keep that in there in his honor. And so I'm just doing a capital K for the first one, and for the second one I am going to do a lowercase k, which is kind of a loop around for the upper part of the K, and doing some upstrokes, downstrokes, overturns, and then an oval stroke for the G, and then a descending loop to finish off the G there, and then just finish it off with a dot over the I. And so you could use either one of those. I don't really have a preference on those two. I'm still working on my K's and trying to decide what I like best. And so our next word is going to be day. And so I'm writing the oval stroke for the D, the downstroke, oval stroke for A, and then an underturn for the Y, as well as a descending stroke as well. And I'm going to write it again, but this time leaning a little to the right side, and so you get kind of that flowy look to it. And next I'm going to be doing some overturns for night, and just light up stroke for the I, and then thick down stroke. I'm going to do an oval stroke and then a descending loop for the G, and then another thick downstroke for the beginning of the H, and a thick downstroke for the T, and then cross my T's and dot my I's, and doing it again here. So hopefully you can see each stroke of my pen. And going up for the H. Sometimes you have to go a little to the right, a little more right, as you're going from the G to like an H with an ascending loop. You're going to want to give yourself plenty of room to go back around and back down. And then the next word here is going to be weekend. and downstroke. And then again, still working on my K's, trying to figure out how I like those. And then an oval stroke for the D, and then thick downstroke. So we have weekend here. And so what I've noticed here when I'm doing my E's, especially double E's next to each other, you're going to want to make sure you give yourself plenty of room to do the ascending loop and just kind of going back down. And right about here is where my camera stops recording and I continue to do the rest of the week without noticing. And yes, even I have technical difficulties. And so I am going to go ahead. I actually had to do this twice, but I'm going to go ahead and use the back side of this paper so I can finish writing out weekend again, just in case you didn't get to see it the first time I did it. We're going to do it a second time. And like I said, remember with those E's and even that K, and there's another E after that, that you're giving yourself plenty of space to do the ascending loops, downstroke, whenever you're coming back around. And so there's weekend. And then we're going to do weekly, which again has those double E's, so make sure you give yourself plenty of space. I go a little extra to the right, so that way I have plenty of space to do that. And even with the L as well, you're going to want to give yourself plenty of space. And finishing off with the Y. And after weekly, we have the word daily. So I'm going to be doing an oval stroke, and then a thick downstroke, oval stroke for the A, thick downstroke. I is just a small thick downstroke, and then L, an ascending loop, and then an underturn for the U shape for the Y, and then of course a descending loop to finish that off. Now we're going to be doing the word to do, or the words to and do, which I tend to use pretty often, writing my list of things to do. And so this one, going to be doing oval stroke, thick downstroke for the D, going back over it real quick, and then another oval stroke for the O. And so you can do kind of a little loop at the top, or you can do a thick downstroke and then oval stroke, and then just close off that oval stroke without doing that kind of cursive little loop at the top of the O's. And so that's two different ways you can write to do. And then at the very bottom here in the kind of notes section area, it's got practice for these I strokes. And so what you're going to do is you're going to do a thick downstroke, essentially with a little bit of a curve that is lightens up at the very end, and so that way you can have a place to go to continue your word. And so I did a few consecutive I's, even though there aren't many words with double I's in them. And then we're doing this, you can do it for an L, for a T, and it's just basically like a downstroke. And so it's just having you practice small downstrokes with the little lip at the bottom, and just thick, longer, taller, thick downstrokes as well. And so I'm just for fun writing the word I stroke, because that's what we're learning today or this week for our lettering. And there we go. And there you have it, all the words for this upcoming week. And thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you are able to learn just a little bit about lettering. Again, this printable will be down in the description box below with a link to print it out, and I hope you get encouraged to join me this year. Again, thank you. Have a wonderful and very blessed day.